You have to have a sense in your spirit and in your heart that you have a direction and a purpose, and you're going to live on that purpose in spite of your predicament.
Stop apologizing. It's okay if your ideas are different, your goals are big. Don't be afraid of what others would say. You are skilled, capable, talented. You deserve to be a leader, and you are enough. Leaning in can be uncomfortable, so don't be afraid to own your seat. Lean back and kick your feet up.
God put people in your life for a reason. Others are there for a season. And it's very important that you recognize when people's seasons are over. Is the season over? Or have you decided, because you're desperate, you've decided to drag these random people into the new season of your life?
Sometimes being different feels a lot like being alone. But with that being said, being true to that and being true to my standards and my way of doing things in my art and my music, everything that has made me feel very different, in the end, it has made me the happiest. I find that the very things that I get criticized for, which is usually being different and just doing my own thing and just being original, is the very thing that's making me successful.
One of our great problems today is that we resist being peculiar. We seek to fit in rather than to stand out, not realizing that nobody ever follows ordinary, only extraordinary. And the more you try to fit in, the less eligible you are to be extraordinary. It takes courage to be extraordinary.
What sets you apart can sometimes feel like a burden, and it's not. And a lot of the time, it's what makes you great. Fitting in allows you to blend in with everyone else, but being different allows you to be yourself, to be unique, and to be more creative. Always be a first-rate version of yourself instead of a second-rate version of somebody else.
The purpose is built into the product. You were not born to find your purpose. You were born with your purpose. That's why your dreams are so big, son. And you're afraid of your own self. Because your culture has told you who you should be. They have no idea who you are.
Dare to stand out. 3 ways to let your unique self shine. If your number one goal is to make sure that everyone likes and approves of you, then you risk sacrificing your uniqueness and, therefore, your excellence. I can remember many times in my life when I was afraid to stand out. When listening to a lecture or panel discussion at school, I always had questions to ask, but the moment I finally raised my hand, my heart would start palpitating and gravity would force my arm down. The same thing happened in business meetings. I struggled to articulate my ideas, although I was sure they could have brought some new impulses. In the end, I felt miserable as I'd missed another chance to join the debate. Why was it so difficult to speak out on the topics I was interested in? I'd missed so many opportunities to contribute and make my voice heard, to crack jokes or wear the clothes I wanted to wear, to try crazy things or be the only one on the dance floor. I missed out on being me, but I couldn't manage to overcome my fear of standing out. What would others think of me? What if I said something stupid? What if they laughed? What if everybody stared at me? Why don't we dare to stand out more often? Starting at a very early age, we learn that standing out is not desirable. When children speak their mind or they're loud, playing wild games, adults tell them to calm down and be quiet. Many parents fear their offspring standing out in a way that might not be flattering, whereas when it comes to competing with others, kids are absolutely encouraged to stand out. In school, when articulating an opinion or questioning what they've learned, students are often labeled rebellious. Few teachers manage to appreciate uniqueness because it means work. In adolescence, we're torn between the desire to express our individuality and the urge to be accepted. Many times, we prefer to fit in because we've learned that we're only going to belong to a group if we are like others expect us to be. But deep inside, we feel that something is missing. Showing your true colors, Daring to stand out means being your true self, speaking your mind, dressing the way you want, or laughing out loud, even if you're the only one who finds something funny. It means being different, following your dreams when no one believes in you, speaking up when no one else does, and making a difference in your life or the life of others by being who you are. Standing out implies being in the limelight, even if your audience consists of only one person. Whether it's changing your life for good, getting a style makeover, asking uncomfortable questions and touching on sensitive subjects, joining a charity or keeping your lonely neighbor company, taking part in a local theater play, or quitting your banking job to buy your own food truck, that's what makes you stand out, because you dare and care. All magic comes at a price. We all have talents and aspirations, some small, some big. Some might not be mainstream. This is when things start getting complicated and uncomfortable. In one way or another, we might rub someone the wrong way. We will never be able to please everyone. When standing out, we show the world that we're here and that we're part of it, that we have something to say that might inspire others or even brighten their day. Take a deep breath, step out of your comfort zone, and reveal the person you really are. What's to lose? If others don't want you to stand out, it's because they don't want you to grow. If you started to live the life you wanted, it might make them feel uncomfortable about themselves. Don't let that hold you back. You might lose some acquaintances or false friends, but true friends will encourage and support you. And a lot of people will admire you for your courage. Even better, you will be loved for who you are. Isn't this one of our deepest longings? 3 daring steps to let your unique inner self shine. It requires some courage to tackle the fear of standing out. You can always start small and take it one step at a time. But if you feel adventurous, you might want to try one of these 3 daring steps to let your unique inner self shine. 1. Go against the flow. If you don't enjoy what everybody likes, stand by it. If you have another opinion, say it. If you don't want to join your friends for the hottest event of the year, don't go. What matters is that you feel good about yourself. It might mean not being part of the majority. So what? Dare to be a splash of color in a society of uniformity. You will always find like-minded people you can connect with. 2. Dare to be unpopular. If the only way to popularity is by compromising your true self, then turn down the offer. Let others know what you want and what your boundaries are. Accept that you can't be loved by everyone, and choose not to make your well-being dependent on others. The less glamorous but sustainable kind of popularity comes with authenticity. 3. Embarrass yourself. A moment of embarrassment by choice can be very liberating. You'll learn that you're not going to die, and the ground won't swallow you up, even if you wished for it. Quite often, others don't even notice whatever you're feeling embarrassed about. It's mostly in your head. So next time you're invited to a karaoke bar, grab the microphone and sing your heart out. In school and in business meetings, whenever I was anxious to take part in the discussion, the majority of other participants didn't raise their hands either and remained silent like me. I wasn't the only one but didn't realize it. Instead, I was focused on the chance of embarrassing myself. The fear of standing out is rampant. Yes, standing out means being vulnerable, and it opens us up to the risk of being ridiculed, but it also gives us the possibility of letting our uniqueness shine and showing others who we really are. Does this feel so bad after all? Ask for what you want. The key reason confidence is so powerful and magnetic is simple. Confident people ask for what they want. Whether it is advice, a sale, or a date, confident people ask others for what they want. They ask for what they want out of the world, and they ask for what they want out of themselves. Surprisingly, much of achieving goals is simply building up the courage to ask for them. Taking the initiative. The real value of confidence is it enables you to ask. Confidence is the deep feeling and belief that the value you offer into the transaction is at least equal or in excess of what you are asking for in return. The belief that the people listening to your speech benefit more than your fees. The belief that the women you approach will benefit from your relationship. The belief that you have value to give. Ask in a way that creates more value than you take. But remember this, you still need to ask because the world isn't going to ask for you.